So here's a perfect coincidence. Albert Ojwang is youthful, he's a Luo and is a blogger, and on the other side is a Kalenjin who happens to be the police boss and happens to have filed a case against Albert. And then Albert happens to die under the custody of the Kalenjin because of torture in a police jail cell. No, forgive me, but that is too much coincidence. Remember, in the lead up to the execution of Mr. Juang, the opposition and their cohort were already spoiling for another round of Gen Z protest under the guise of Reject Finance Bill 2025. And then out of nowhere falls the shiny red apple of their eyes, the murder of a youthful man who happens to be a Luo and is a blogger. And above all, in the perfect scene of crime, police custody. No. So let me ask you a question. Between Reject Finance Bill 2025 and Justice for Albert Ojwang, which do you think sounds better, that can work up the public, that is incendiary enough to work up the public to rise against the regime? Which one? This is a case of the opposition and the Reject Finance Bill 2025 bandwagon getting Christmas early in January, right after the December 25th Christmas. A case of killing four birds with one stone. See, they were already pushing for Reject Finance Bill 2025, but it was not picking. So what a perfect rallying call than Justice for Albert Ojwang. No. Forgive me, my friends, but I don't believe in coincidences, much less for. See, Mr. Ojwang is youthful, a perfect prop to pull the youths to the streets to protest. And secondarily, he's Luo, to make Luos lose credibility in the president, thus head to the streets to turbocharge their protests. And furthermore, to make sure that the DIG, who's been on Rigiji's radar for the longest, is ejected or resigns from his office. And finally, to bully Raila into submission so that they get the opportunity to overthrow the president. So here's my point. I'm of the school of thought that if there's a protest, presumably championing a worthy cause like Justice for Albert Ojwang, I'll still have a cause to pause and ask myself, but who really benefits? And in this case, it's political saboteurs, and Mr. Juang is just a means to an end. See, the nature of life is such that we humans gravitate towards chaos and anarchy. In fact, that was the natural state of the world. That is the natural state of things. No wonder Almighty God in Genesis 1:2 says that the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, meaning it was chaotic. It was not organized. A house, even a new one, when left unattended, dilapidates. In conclusion, there are pockets of the public who are hell-bent on dragging the regime down, on deposing the president, and their go-to method is sabotage through chaos and anarchy. The only missing link is the Luo support, and they can do anything to get it. So Luos, be very careful and don't fall for this.